Oh, jam! Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Ashes of Outland set review.
Ah,
Wee. Ah.
So I'm Chewy, and I have Mike and Brian here with me.
hello.
Hi.
That was Mike and Brian in order. We're here to review Ashes of Outland, class by class. But first, we have to go back and do 4 cards that weren't revealed when Mike and I did our intro to Demon Hunter video. Apologies, but they
Right.
just didn't exist at that time. And of course, I find out the day that I post them, all 4 of them have been shown, and I'm like, thanks for that.
That's how Magic previews usually happen too, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, there are 2 cards in Basic that hadn't been revealed when we did that. The first is the Sightless Watcher, for some reason. I don't know why this wasn't shown, but it's a 2-mana 3/2 demon with a battle cry. Look at 3 cards in your deck. Choose 1 to put on top. So it's a 2-mana 3/2 with some blue magic card, essentially. But I can't think of which one because they
it's
all
like-
run together.
It's like tracking in Hunter, but it doesn't put it into your hand.
And also, you don't burn the 2 cards that you don't pick, which is important.
Right.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So okay. So some similarities, some differences, and for Magic, it's like Ponder,
Mhm.
or Ponder puts it in your hand as well. But there's any number of like sifting effects. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Okay.
I mean, a 2-mana 3/2 is, standard.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someday I'll be just like you. Except I want to hear that coming out of this thing's mouth.
I don't think I do. But you look
Yeah.
at 3, it just shows you 3 cards, and you pick the one you want on top. Now, Demon Hunter, as we discovered on the previous video, and as we'll discover further later, has a lot of card draw.
Yes.
So, I mean, just right here, it's got Chaos Strike. Okay, that's pretty much it for Basic. But Chaos Strike is actually not bad.
Yeah.
And there's one that says draw a card, and with Outcast you draw another.
Yeah.
And there's the Skull of Gul'dan. There's all kinds of card draw. So it's possible that you're setting up a thing that you want to draw right now, but more likely you're setting up a thing you're going to draw at the start of your next turn. I don't know. I think it's a fine little curve thing, and given that it sets up your next draw, it's not the worst thing to top deck later in the game.
Yeah.
Also remember, things that make random demons are now going to include this. So
Yeah, that's a big thing that I don't think we mentioned earlier on the previous video, is that Demon Hunter gets a lot of new demons that are going to cause random demon effects to be even more random.
yes.
Yes.
Well, and not just Demon Hunter. There's demons throughout the classes. Demon Hunter, especially, yeah, but there's other demons as well. So
Yeah. So,
I mean, this
what do we
thing
think
on
of this
curve
guy?
is fine. This thing on curve is fine. It's not super exciting, but it's fine.
I think it's really solid. I think it's a really solid choice. You know, the basic sets don't just have simple stuff, but they also have useful stuff that many decks that you would build with the class are going to want. This is good stuff in the early game because you get to try to smooth out your curve a little bit if your hand isn't quite doing it, and it's even very interesting in the late and very late game when you're sitting there like, oh, I just need to draw the such and such. When there's fewer cards in your deck, you're more likely to see the such and such when the Sightless Watcher shows you some things.
It's true. Yeah, in an aggressive deck, which that's about half of Demon Hunter's identity is just face. It's on curve and it sets up your next draw, which is really good. And in a more control-y Demon Hunter build, it's still a body that is a potential threat or something to trade, and sets up your next draw, which in a control-y style deck is also very important. Like, if you just find the Chaos Nova to clear the board, you'll be good. Oh, there it is. All right, next turn I'm good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Not great, not bad. It's fine.
It serves a purpose. It serves a role.
Yeah. So the other card in the basic set that we hadn't seen is this one, which I really like, but not necessarily as a Demon Hunter card that you put in a Demon Hunter deck. It's called Inner Demon. It costs 8 mana, and it says give your hero +8 attack this turn. This I like because it's a basic card, which means Zephyrus finds it.
Yeah.
Does Zephyrus only find basic cards?
No.
Okay, I was gonna
Zephyrus
say.
finds cards from whatever format you're playing.
That's
No. Zephyrus finds... Isn't it just basic and classic?
No.
what?
Yeah. Zephyrus can't find you cards from an expansion.
He
Who
can't.
said that? That can't be right.
Have you ever played Zephyrus before?
Yes,
I crafted
several
Zephyrus
times.
like the minute that the set came out because he's ridiculously good. But now I'm just thinking, this makes me question everything. No, I'm pretty sure it's given me like the destroy everything and with silence everything, destroy everything. So I
has
don't know
not.
that's accurate.
Zephyrus the Great. Hearthstone Gamepedia. Zephyrus grants the wishing player a card from a selection of 3 cards from the basic and classic sets to help turn the tide of battle in the player's favor. Yeah. You guys are clearly off your rocker.
I guess I just never really thought about it.
Yeah, clearly.
I just like the thought of getting this off a puzzle box.
That also is good.
I mean,
Yeah, the fact that on 10 mana you can go Zephyrus and it'll show you Inner Demon, which you can use to deal 8 damage without having to, like, take Pyroblast for next turn. Or, well, I had to Shadow Step my Zephyr so I can get Pyroblast next, or whatever, you know.
yeah.
This is just 8 face damage, just whoop. Which I've had many games where that's a thing you want to do. But you can't because it's not a card. Not yet.
But now this is.
Yeah.
So this is like Fireball Plus.
Yeah, it's like Pyroblast little brother. Except
Yeah.
freaking taunts, stop it. But yeah, that I like. Now, as a Demon Hunter card, I don't know, it's a nice finisher. But I don't know, it could be an absolute top of the curve for like aggressive decks, where top decking 8 damage is like, oh yes, and it could also be a thing in some of the more control-y decks as also a finisher. I don't know. I'm more excited about it being a Zephyrus card and a random card, like from Puzzle Box. Personally, what do you guys think?
Puzzle box, but I'm a puzzle box kind of guy, so.
He is. Yeah, look at him. You can't see him, but trust me.
Nope.
Yeah, that's fine. I guess it's kind of like a less good King Crush for the role it fills.
Yeah.
It is, in fact, a critical component of any tragic backstory.
What, Inner
It's a
Demon?
lot harder to use it to.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder to use it to break through a board stall if you're touchy on health.
Very true. Like, in order to use this, you have to use your face, means that using it to clear, like, a big minion is not always going to be a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
just because, your health situation. Luckily, as we said before, Demon Hunter has a fair amount of lifesteal and healing. So hopefully you'll be, especially if you've got the, what is it called? The lifesteal weapon, which is right here, the Eldrachi Warblades.
Okay.
And it's this 3-mana 2/3 weapon, and you have that equipped when you cast Inner Demon. That's a 10-point heal, which is nice. And yeah, I have seen streamers that had early access. The question we had last time about the lifesteal on the weapon, it does count all of your attack, no matter where that attack comes from. So if you Inner Demon while holding Eldrachi Warblades, you will gain 10.
Mm-hmm.
Which I figured would be right, but again, Hearthstone's kind of wonky on how its rules work, so...
I've noticed that.
Yeah. So, all right, shall we go to the 2 classic cards? No, the 2 initiate cards.
The 2 initiate cards, yes.
Yes.
All right, so the 2 legendaries in the Demon Hunter Initiate set, which remember is the set that is being dropped that will rotate with Year of the Dragon next year. There were 2 that they didn't show us. We have Altruist the Outcast. Hey, Mike, what's that do?
Altruist the Outcast. What's it cost? 3. Okay, here we go. Altruist the Outcast is a 3/2 for 3, and after you play the left or rightmost card in your hand, so it's connected to the Outcast theme, deal 1 damage to all enemies.
Like, how sweet would it be to play Altruist and then, like, play the Outcast I-Beam in your hand, and then play whatever Outcast card is next to that. And this isn't even Magical Christmas Land. This is just a thing that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because I-Beam is free if it's Outcast.
Right.
So it's a free, like, essentially one-sided Pyromancer hit. God, it says all enemies. That means it hits face.
Mm-hmm.
I really like this guy. Because you really only need, like, the ability to play him and then, like, 2 cards before he's more than worth what you paid for him. Plus, look at him. He looks like a little Illidan Jr. Oh,
He does.
look at him. So, yeah, I mean, it's really good, but there's not much else to say because it's really good. Right? Right.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
It even has Outcast in the name, so if you
Right?
can figure out what to do with it, you're like, hey.
Where? Oh, down here at the bottom. The other one is the Nethrandamus?
Nethrandamus.
Yeah. Hey, Brian, what's that do?
Nethrandamus. It's a big old dragon. For 9, it is an 8/8, so it's like a giant. And it has battle cry, summon 2 random 0-cost minions. But this ability upgrades each time a friendly minion dies. And that shouldn't have to be while this is in your hand, right?
This is while it's in your hand, yeah.
Oh, this is while it's in your hand. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know. So, but yeah. So
it's like the spell stones
Yeah.
yes.
from whatever set that was. I can't remember anymore, but I used to hate it when I would play like 3 secrets in Hunter and then top deck the spellstone and go, son of a... But yeah, this is another free 8/8 that you could get from Alexstrasza. Especially if you play Alexstrasza first and then attack stuff. This could potentially be awesome.
Definitely has a lot of potential.
If you get it from a Draconic Lackey early enough in the game, then it can just sit in your hand until it's godly.
Yeah, yeah.
Because, like, let's say you get 3 or 2, I don't know, 6-cost units with your 8/8. Sounds pretty great. Honestly, I'm happy with 2 like 3-cost units, but I'm trying to figure out where it starts to get real good, and it feels like 5 or 6 is where it's like, oh.
Yeah. You just got to be careful that you don't hit one of the dumb things that they seeded that high up the chain to kind of balance the summon random thing effects.
True. But that's what those are there for.
Yeah.
That's always a danger.
Oh yeah. So what it means when it says upgrades each time a friendly minion dies is each time while this is in your hand, a friendly minion dies, that number 0 cost will upgrade to 1 cost. And if another friendly minion dies, it'll go to 2 cost, and so on and so forth. That was a question in the chat, I think.
I wonder if it can be upgraded into numbers that don't produce a result.
Usually they cap that sort of thing at 10, so I would guess not. But hey, once we get it, once I get this, I'm gonna do some science. It'll be awesome. Yay!
Yeah.
All right, so those are the 2 cards that weren't revealed previously in the Demon Hunter Initiate set. Yeah. So let's go to Ashes of Outland and get started for real. And we're going to start in Demon Hunter because, hey, alphabetical order.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute.
How convenient.
I already have that open. Okay, here we go. So we're going to start with the Crimson Sigil Runner. A 1-mana 2/1 outcast, draw a card.
Nice,
Great.
short, simple.
Yeah, well, not great, but good. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime you top deck it, it just cycles for 1, essentially. Because Outcast, remember, is the left or right most card in your hand. So top decks are automatically Outcast. So you draw it and you're like, oh, sweet. Cause you remember the guy in Warlock. 1 mana. It was essentially 1 mana Battlecry life tap.
Oh, the kobold guy?
Yeah.
Man, that guy's awesome.
Yeah, you remember how great it was? You're like, all right, I got to draw something good. Oh, it's this guy. Hey, okay, I got to draw something good. That's what this is going to be. If you're not drawing a card off of it, oh, that sucks. But sometimes you just got to get a body out there, Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you probably want to use it to draw a card if you can. Because, damn.
That would be ideal, yes.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Brian, what's the next one?
So the next one is a ferocious Felfin.
Or Furious Felfin.
Or Furious Felfin. For 2 mana, it's a 3/2 Murloc. And as battle cry, if your hero attack this turn, like, I don't know, with your hero power, then it gets +1 attack and gains rush. Not charge, but rush.
Yeah.
Important distinction.
I really like this little dude.
I
Like,
think
he's a
okay.
2 mana 4/2 with rush. Just almost every time. He's a 2 mana 4/2 with rush, which is sweet. But if you had to use your hero power to attack, then he's a 3 mana 4/2 with rush, which, you know what? Still not bad.
Yeah. Still good.
not bad.
Yeah. And yeah. Getting him off of random Murloc effects. He's a 2 mana 3/2 Murloc, so
Oh, I missed that he's a Murloc. That's interesting.
That
Okay.
was like the first thing I said. But yeah.
Well, I missed it.
Oh, okay.
no one listens when Brian talks, which is constantly.
It's true.
All right.
Did
What's
you
up
think-
next?
There is such a thing as sensory deprivation or over something.
Shut up, Brian.
The Immolation Aura is a 2 mana spell that deals 1 damage to all minions twice.
I like this. So it pops bubbles and then deals
Yes.
damage.
Mm-hmm.
It also kills a thing and then kills the reborn.
Mm-hmm.
If thing was at 1 health
Right.
in the first place. Yeah.
I forget. Was something like this do Death Rattles trigger in between the hits?
Death Rattles, I can't remember. I'm
Not
pretty sure that... well, no, I'm not pretty sure. I know that Reborn does
Yeah, I
because
know Reborn
Earthquake can
does.
kill a
Yeah,
rebound.
because- yeah.
Reborn. I can't remember Death Rattles, though. I don't know when that would matter, though.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I was just curious. I don't have a grand plan.
He just wanted to be like, is this how this works?
which it's Hearthstone. Who knows? Try it and find out. But yeah, it's a nice, simple little spell. I dig it. Just remember, it's all minions. All minions.
All the minions.
All right, next up we've got the Netherwalker. A 2-mana 2/2 battle cry, discover a demon.
Like it. I'm in favor of most discovered cards in general.
Oh yeah, I love Battlecry. Discover something. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say about it.
I mean, yeah.
Pretty much. All right, Brian, what's next?
Next up is Spectral Sight. For 2 mana, it's a spell. Draw a card. Nice, short, simple, sweet. Oh yeah, and outcast, draw another. So for 2 mana, when you cast this, if this is the leftmost or rightmost card in your hand, you draw 2 cards.
I'm a little... Like, I kind of wish this was in the basic set, but then I realize it's probably too good for a basic card.
Probably a little too
Yeah,
good.
probably.
Yeah. But this is a card you're going to see a lot of. Just accept it and move on. Plus, look at Snarling Illidan. He mad, though. Next. The... What? Ash Tongue. Okay, for some reason my brain refused to parse that. Mike, read the card. I'm busy freaking out.
The Ash Tongue Battle Lord is a 4-mana minion. It's a 3/5 with Taunt and Lifesteal.
So it's a Sinjin's Shield Master with Lifesteal.
Yes, which is fantastic.
Huh. Like, that lifesteal is, again, a thing that Demon Hunter wants, what with all of its hitting things with its face.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Not entirely sure this does enough to make the cut, but it's a hell of an anti-aggro card by itself. Like, in the days of Odd Paladin, I would have killed to have this. But anyway, so yeah, anti-aggro card. Otherwise, I'm not real sure if this does enough to be played, but I like that it's a neutral card that they slapped another word on and made it a class card.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, next up is Kane Sunfury. Oh god, this card. A 4-mana 3/5 with charge. Red flag, red flag. And it says all friendly attacks ignore taunt. So when you're the class that has lots of little dudes and uses those to hit people and then uses your face to hit people, what happens when they drop like a winged guardian?
Yeah.
Well, you swear, and then you play Kane Sunfury and you win while going like yeah.
I mean, that is in fact the order of events. Yes.
Yeah, it does what it says on the tin. Thank goodness it's legendary. It's gonna be really funny to get this off of like a Brightwing or something.
Yes.
And be like, whoa! I love Brightwing. She's a crazy murder hobo.
Well, yeah. I mean, you've played Heroes of the Storm.
Exactly. You're really good at murder. Anyway. Hey Brian, what's this?
What is this? This is an imprisoned. What is that word?
Antian?
Antan.
Yeah, something like that.
Like Antiam, but not. This is not.
But
your
definitely
kind of
not in Kansas.
Yeah. No. And you were there, and you were there, and we all died. So for 5 mana, this is a 10/6 demon, which you might go, that seems ridiculous. That's because of another new keyword here. Well, no, dormant isn't really new, but it's but we're seeing more of it now than I think we've really seen in the past.
Oh yeah.
So basically, it's dormant for 2 turns. So when it enters, it comes in, but it's not really ready to go. It's asleep. Like what was it? The darkness? Yeah, the darkness was dormant. Um, so it just kind of just takes up a spot on your board.
And there was the that rogue card that when it died, it went dormant until you played 4 spells in a turn.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Venus fly thingy.
Yeah, the plant thing. Yeah.
Yes.
There's
So-
that Druid card, Druid minion with taunt, where if you heal enough, it wakes back up.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not a thing that's new, but it's being implemented in a brand new way with these imprisoned cards.
Mhm.
Right. So this is dormant for 2 turns. It's going to wake up automatically after 2 turns. Other dormant cards we'll see have kind of conditions. When this awakes, deal 10 damage, randomly split among all enemies. Keep in mind that's all enemies, including enemy minions, etc. So results may vary, but I can't imagine getting a 10-6 fresh to the board with an additional 10 damage stacked on it is going to be a bad thing. So, yeah.
And getting the chance to set it up means you could stand to benefit a lot from that ability when it wakes up.
Yeah.
It's true. Like, you can clear the board so it says your enemy takes 10.
Yeah.
Or you could, just damage what they have on the board and hope they don't play a lot of stuff on their turn. So it will then wipe some or most of their board. Like, and the fact that they see it coming means they can, play around it. But that means they have to play around it, whereas you're just like, doing stuff, whatever, don't care.
They're playing around your 10-6. So
yeah, don't forget you get a 10. Now, when it wakes up, it's still summoning sick. I don't know what that's called in this game, but summoning sickness. It doesn't have charge or rush, so it doesn't attack the turn it wakes up.
Give that minion a turn to get ready.
Exactly. Yeah. So it actually does its 10 damage and then sits there. And then next turn you have a 10-6 to hit with.
yeah.
Which is very important. This isn't like Suspend in Magic where it wakes up and it has charge and you hit people in the face. Like, no. It already dealt 10. It's tired. Give it a second. Damn.
Cheating. You expect a lot out of your demons, don't you?
Yeah. Now, remember, dormant means it's completely uninteractable. Once it's on your board, it just sits there. Nothing touches it. Nothing does anything. I don't know if the Reno Hero Power or the Reno Hero cards poof battle cry affects dormant creatures.
We'll have to find out.
Yeah, that one I don't know. I'm guessing not, but
It can't be bounced back to your hand, but importantly, it does still take a slot on your board. So
yeah.
if you had 7 dormant things, which really probably shouldn't happen, but if you did, you can't play anything else. So
I really like this card a lot.
Yes, me too.
Like this is nuts. A bunch of the imprisoned cards are nuts, but we'll be getting to those. There's one in most classes, maybe each class. I don't actually know. I haven't looked that closely. But this one is one of my favorite because that's just silly. Like, what is the paladin spell? Avenging Wrath.
Mm-hmm.
For 6 man, 8 man. What does Avenging Wrath cost?
I think it's 8. That's not right, is it?
What? Not Avenge Sevenfold. Avenging. I can't even spell. Avenging Wrath. Hearthstone costs 6. Yeah, so 6 mana to deal 8 damage randomly. This is 5 mana to deal 10 damage randomly in 2 turns, and then have a 10-6.
like I said, they can try to play around it, but there's only so much they can do. You're getting the thing, so
Okay, moving on. Hey Mike, this is cool.
I think this was the very first card from the set I saw, because it was the first one in the Facebook album that Hearthstone people put up for this. Metamorphosis is a legendary spell that costs 5. And it says, swap your hero power to deal 5 damage. And then after 2 uses, swap it back.
Yeah. Note that's 2 uses. not 2 turns or whatever. So, like,
Right.
if you're playing in Wild and you reset your hero power and zot something again, it goes away.
Mm.
And when you mouse over it, it'll pop up, only 1 use left, or this is your last one, or something. I can't remember what it says, but it makes it very clear that you've already used 1 and you've only got 1 left.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah. So for 9 mana and spread out over multiple turns, you get a Pyroblast's worth of damage.
Yeah.
Which in some cases is better because you don't have to wait until turn 10 to start doing it.
Yeah, like, there will be times where it's fine to just cast this on turn 5 and pass.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it'll be, weird extenuating circumstances, but there will be times where you're like, I'll just cast Metamorphosis then. Because, like, they're going to Mass Hysteria next turn, or whatever,
Uh-huh.
I don't want to add more stuff to the board, I'll just use this. Now you've got 10 damage to throw around, which, it's great for finishing off an opponent if you're aggressive. It's great for board control if you're more mid-rangey. I really like this.
Yeah.
Well, it's 9 mana to use it twice, is what he meant there, Twitch chat. 5, and then deal 5 damage. Wait, does it cost 1? Oh god, it costs 1!
Oh, crap. I didn't look at that. I assumed
What?
something that costs 2. Oops.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Twitch chat!
All right. Well, that's something.
Okay, so it's a Pyroblast for 7!
Yeah, I didn't actually stop to read this.
That's so much better! And it was really good when the hero power cost 2! Jesus! Alright, yes, I am... I'm in. I'm on board. I'm good. I'm all over it.
You
I
are
meet up
fully-
with it.
You are fully committed.
Yes. I am. When it comes to this card, I am now fully erect. Let's keep going. Oh my god. Speaking of cards that have me with tight pants, the Skull of Gul'dan is a 5 mana spell that says draw 3 cards. Which 5 mana, draw 3 cards actually sounds about right?
Yes.
Because
Probably.
Sprint costs 7 and Arcane Intellect costs 3.
Yes.
Yeah. But if it's Outcast, it says reduce their cost by 3. Y'all.
That's a lot.
That is a whole lot.
Like, y'all. Damn. If you're playing aggressive, this basically says you draw 3 cards, they're free. And if you're playing mid-range, it's like, draw 3 cards, they're super cheap. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, this is crazy.
The only thing is, if they're not quite free, then you're basically taking a turn off to do this. That's it. But
True. But if you're playing a slower version of Demon Hunter, it's probably fine. You're going to have a turn where you just want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like after a board clear, you top deck Skull of Gul'dan and you're like, yes, I'm back in it.
If you're aggro and like really serious about it, the Skull of Gul'dan just gives you a bunch of stuff that costs 0.
Yeah.
yeah, that is a thing.
Yeah, this card is nuts. N-U-T-Z.
Like these.
Like D's. Gul'dan Skull is like, bah! Just puts him on the table. Anyway. Moving on.
Wow,
The
you actually
War
went there.
Glaives. Nah. Who's up? Brian.
Sure. Warglaves of Azeroth. For 5, it's a 3/4 weapon. So that's pretty cool. Especially when your hero power is 1, you get an additional power. So it can be a 4 power very easily. After attacking a minion, your hero may attack again.
Yeah.
So,
And
Hope you're-
unlike Fool's Bane, this can go face.
yeah.
and it doesn't need to kill a minion to attack again.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, hey, did you hit a minion? Take another. Do it again. Did you hit a minion? Yeah, go for it. Yeah, keep going.
I didn't say you could stop. Come on.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
I like it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And again, it just works so well with the hero power that it's not that hard to see the damage start to add up really quickly.
Yeah, and there are several cards that give you in basic, and I think in the initiate set that just say something something +1 or +2 attack.
Or +8.
Wasn't there or +8? Wasn't there the one that cost 0 that gave yourself +1 attack? Twin strike?
Yeah, and then it gives you another spell that does the same thing.
Yeah. So stuff like that works great with the Warglaves of Azzinoth. All right, Mike.
All right. The Fell Summoner is a 6-mana minion. It's an 8/3 with a Death Rattle. So 3 tough, 3 health with a Death Rattle. Yeah, not too bad. Summon a random demon from your hand.
Eh?
Yeah.
I guess if you're playing the big scary top end demons, this is pretty neat. But like, what was the one from back in the day? The 3/4.
It was like
Void Caller. Oh,
yeah. The Void Caller was terrifying because it was going to drop like the Pit Lord that made a whole bunch of little taunt minions when it died or something ridiculous. So
Yeah, it was gonna drop a Void Lord or a Doom Guard
yeah.
or something. But it also
At the
only
time it
cost.
wasn't standard, it would have been Doomguard. I don't think Void Lord came around until late enough that it was gone.
I feel like the
Pretty
two
sure.
were. I feel like it was. I feel like I got clobbered by that.
Maybe
but
I just don't want to believe that was
I
actually
think Brian
possible.
is thinking of the Skull of the Minari, dropping a Void
Maybe.
Lord for free.
That might be it.
Yeah.
That might be it. But still,
But
into Doom, that guy into Doomguard.
yeah.
Was
But, like,
already
The
rude.
fact that this thing costs 6, like what made the Void Caller so good was it was cheap.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
4.
I
4,
think.
3, 4. Yeah. But this hits really hard. Anything that has a high power and a death rattle makes me go,
Yeah,
So-
like this trades into like everything.
Yes.
And then when you're sitting on the other side, they like play this on turn 6, and you're like, okay, do I kill it?
That is always the question. That's true. Yeah, it is a thing that is a definite threat if they don't kill it, and is a potential threat if they do kill it.
Right.
And if you're playing this, it's probably bad for them to kill it too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I can see dropping this, and they're like, okay, well, I don't want to kill it. So then maybe you start dropping other demons if you have demons in your hand that are a little cheaper, so that you're maintaining the chance that you're going to get something good. And you just start going face with this, and you're
Yeah.
just telling them, are you going to kill this? Because if not, you're taking 8 to the face. So taunts ruin your plans really easily. But I don't think it's a great card, but I go, okay, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, this will kill damn near any taunt they throw in the way.
Mhm.
Like this trades evenly with the Emerald Guardian or the Wing Guardian or any kind of Guardian, really.
Yeah. And even if you don't get something ridiculous, at least it's replacing itself on the board.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's not great, but it's pretty good.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. All right, next up, the Priestess of Fury. Oh,
So angry, yo.
this card. So a 7-mana 6/7 demon. At the end of your turn, mind you, of your turn, deal 6 damage randomly split among all enemies.
Yeah. She's a demon I'd love to drop with the Fell Summoner.
Yeah, hell yeah. She's a demon I'd love to draw with the Skull of Gul'dan, and then she costs 4.
So for
It's a minion
7
that I'd
mana-
love to get off of any random summon something effect.
Yeah.
Very true, yeah.
For 7 mana, this feels appropriately costed. It really shouldn't be 6 or below. So of course, find a way to cheat her out.
Yeah, but I mean, even by yourself, a 7 mana 6/7 is not good. But a 7 mana 6/7 that has a perpetual effect, because this is every turn,
Yeah.
she shoots out 6 points of damage.
I mean, I would always play with the 5-drop minion that at the end of your turn it deals 1 damage to all enemies. And yes, that was more evenly spread. This might go like, hey, you've got 2 X1s. Let me just hit them in the face and leave them alone. And you're like, ugh. So it's random. So you're not sure. But most of the time, I mean, again, much like the 10 damage guy, you're dealing 6 damage. So don't complain about it, I guess. So
Also, that 10 damage guy, he costs 5. So you play him on 5. And then on 7, he wakes up, does his thing, and you drop a Priestess of Fury next to him.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So now that's 16 damage randomly split among all enemies. And a 10 something, 10, 5, 8, whatever he is. And a 6/7 that's going to do it again next turn. Like,
This
Jesus.
feels almost feels like Cthulhu all over again.
I really like the Antian on 5, Priestess of Fury on 7, and watch your opponent go, son of a, put it in my veins. Now on the other side of the board, this card can piss off.
Like so many cards, like this is amazing until you have to play against it, and you're like, how many turns in a row? Because just let me say for Demon Hunter in general, this is the first time in 6 years we're getting a brand new class, not a new hero, not a new subset, a brand new class. For the next like 2 months, all you're going to see is Demon Hunter because everybody is, at least for the next month, because everybody's just going to be digging into it. So you better get used to seeing these cards.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we have the Coilfang Warlord, who for 8 mana is a 9/5 with Rush, Death Rattle, summon a 5/9 Warlord with Taunt. So it's one of these almost like mirror image kind of things. So, and it's pretty cool because it's aggressive. It costs a lot, but it hits really hard. It has Rush, so it hits a minion right away. And when it dies, then you get something to help protect your life total. So, I mean, yeah.
If you think of it as an 8 mana 5/9 with Taunt with a battle cry of deal 9 to target minion. That's like, think about, would you play that? Yes, you'd play that every day.
I would.
Yeah.
You'd play it every day.
Yeah.
Like, the basic and the initiate cards made me lean towards, aggressive. But this set, there's so much good, like, beefy, top of the curve, mid-rangey stuff in this set. Oh my god. I'm so glad that Demon Hunter's not one deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this card is like, this and the Priestess of Fury. I'm like, oh, yes.
What about the next card for beefy stuff?
I don't know. Mike, what's the next card?
The next card is the Pit Commander. It's a 9 mana minion, because we sorted these low to high. It's a 7/9 with Taunt, and at the end of your turn, summon a demon from your deck.
Whoa!
Yep.
Okay, noteworthy. If you summon an imprisoned Antian, it goes dormant. And if you summon a Priestess of Fury, her effect won't happen because end of turn has already happened.
Right, because we've seen this before. There was the whisper of the old god, that at the end of your turn pulled a minion, just any minion from your deck.
Yeah, and if it pulled a Ragnaros just sat there and went, hello.
Yep. Or if you got a 1/1 copy of that old god out with the Medivh Tonight, a tale of whatever, and it pulled out the regular version of itself, it would not then chain unless you still had both copies the next turn. So, yeah.
but still, a 7/9 with taunt is nothing to sneeze at by itself, but a 7/9 with taunt that is guaranteed to bring one friend with it seems pretty good. Like, even if it just grabs the 3/2 guy from the basic set that we talked about that's in your deck. Okay. That's a 9 mana, 10/11 worth of stats? I'm cool with that. Like, it's not great, but that's still pretty freaking good.
Yeah. Now, having taunt means it can't hide behind something else.
Correct.
That's a balancing factor.
And one that we'll all be happy with, I'm sure, at some point in the near future. All right. Well, and that's it for the Demon Hunter set in Ashes of Outland. I'm digging this, y'all.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting.
I thought I was hyped to play Demon Hunter after the last video. Nah, now I'm way more excited because this is much more my speed. Like, the Antian, Metamorphosis, the Skull, the Priestess, the Warlord, the Pit Command. Yeah, dude, put it in my deck list. What you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah, very exciting. There's not just one deck here, like you were saying earlier. So there's a lot of fun to be had and stuff to explore.
Yeah.
It's not just for one type of player.
Yeah, which again, if you look back at just the basic set that we even said, it's like aggro, face. But it's not just aggro, and that makes me happy. So, Druid. All right, we'll start with Fungal Fortunes.
Yeah, we will.
Ew. A 2-mana spell. It says draw 3 cards, discard any minions drawn.
So it's like the opposite of the spell book.
Book of Specters, yeah.
Book of Specters,
yeah.
Yeah, in Mage.
Right.
Which says draw 3 cards for 2 mana, discard any spells drawn.
Right.
Which is weird because it's Mage.
Yeah, so...
And now this is Druid that's discarding minions.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So there's... If I remember correctly, there are a few cards in here that are like, hey, you want to just play spells? Spell Druid? Huh?
I mean, I've already been playing... In my Druid deck, I've run very few minions, and I've got the Discover Druid minion. If you don't have any minions in your hand, keep all 3. So we've already got some beginnings of that deck already. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like that card.
It's a good card.
So, Fungal Fortunes. Delicious.
Yeah, like, if there is a mostly spell Druid deck, this is going in it. Like, it doesn't have to be all spells for you to play this. Like, I play Book of Specters in my Highlander Mage, which is...
Yeah.
It's like 2/3 minions. And sometimes you whiff and you swear and you lose that game and then you go on with your life and you hit the go button again, right?
Right.
That's just how it works. So, yeah. If, like I said, if there is a deck that is mostly spells, then you totally play this card straight up. 100%. If there's not, you avoid this card like the plague. All right. Who are these little dudes? Look, he's on Fungal Fortunes and he's on Ironbark.
Mushroom Man.
Yeah. I guess Dirk would probably be able to explain it to us if he was around.
Yeah. Too bad he hasn't been on Discord.
Hey, Chad, if you guys know, let us know. So, hey, Brian, what's this?
They look like mushroom alien men kind of thing. This is Ironbark. For 2 mana spell, give a minion +1/+3 and taunt. Costs 0 if you have at least 7 mana crystals.
Damn.
So, I mean, I like it because early in the game, you're going to be like, sure, I'll pay 2 mana for this. It's fine. Don't have anything else to do, or maybe I just want to make sure I can stop the aggro. And later in the game, it's a free card. So, yeah.
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 And as we'll get to shortly, there's a ramp spell in this set that made my jaw drop. So getting to 7 mana crystals can happen super early if you're lucky. All right. So, hey, Mike, how about. Look, there's another one. How about this guy? Oh, he's the brave leader of the Sporagar. So these must be the Sporagar.
Yeah, I guess so.
Huh.
I wonder if they're volunteers or if they're conscripted.
I don't know. But it's Archspore Schiffen. Schiffen, probably.
Mischiffin?
Yeah,
Mischiffin? Mischief? I don't know.
I don't know. So it's a legendary 3-mana minion. It's a 3/4 with taunt and a death rattle. Shuffle Mischiffin Prime into your deck. Now there's several of these that they die into something big that gets shuffled into
Yeah,
your deck.
they
And
die
Mischiffin-
into a prime.
Yeah, they die into a prime. And Mischiffin Prime is a 10-mana legendary minion. It's a 9/9 with taunt, and it has a choose one. Summon a 9/9 fungal giant with taunt, or rush. Okay, so the way this is punctuated, I can't tell what it does.
I think
You get a 9/9 with taunt or a 9/9 with rush.
Okay, I couldn't tell
Really?
whether it's you get a
Okay.
9/9 with taunt or you give this rush.
the way it looks from the English language is or this gets rush. But it makes more sense. They should have said a 9/9 fungal giant with taunt or rush. I think if they actually took out the semicolon, it would work better. Or if it's this gets rush, or you get a 9/9 fungal giant with taunt. But I think we're gonna have to play with it and find out.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's 18/18 of stats. Like, either way.
Yeah, that makes more sense in terms of what this is supposed to do and what would be more exciting.
But grammatically speaking, it's
It's hard to figure out.
the English major in me is like twitching, just like So
Very true. Yeah, so the point of all of these primes is that the first half is pretty good. I mean, a 3-mana 3/4 with taunt is fine.
I mean, taunt says you have to kill this. So
Like, it's a fierce monkey, right?
right,
Yeah.
Which was all over the place when it was in Warrior and Standard.
Mhm.
Because it's just 3-mana 3/4 taunt is just a good card. But they all shuffle the prime into your deck, and the prime is absolutely ridiculous. All of them, because, and it's fine to do that because you can't. It's not like put it in your hand; it goes into your deck. You might never see it again,
Yeah.
or you might golden monkey it and draw it next turn and be like, "Ha!" So,
The Archspore is small enough to get Oaken summoned.
yeah. If you're playing wild, you can do that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so this is the first of the primes we've seen. Demon Hunter doesn't get one, which is fine.
yeah.
But this is nuts if you could draw the prime. Like, an 18/18 worth of stats for 10 mana is like, and 9 of which you could probably use to kill something. Oh my god. That's nuts. Yay,
Yeah.
Mischiefin. Need to get someone to say that so I can learn how to say it. All right. Next up, we got Bog Beam. It's a 3-mana spell that says deal 3 damage to a minion. Costs 0 if you have at least 7 mana crystals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty straightforward.
Great.
I like it.
Yeah.
Just,
I like free damage.
yeah, hell yeah. Pew. Okay, moving on. Brian, what's this?
This is an imprisoned satyr. It is a demon. It costs 3 mana for a 3/3. Although it does come in, it's dormant for 2 turns. So much like the imprisoned other thing, the Anaton. So when this awakens, you reduce the cost of a random minion in your hand by 5. So stat-wise, this is not nearly as impressive as the Anaton, but it can set up something very massive for your next turn. Hey, Mike,
Yeah.
what if it costs 5 less?
Yeah, this is going to be a a combo enabler.
Oh, for sure.
Because anytime there's a druid spell that says, make something cheaper, people go, woo, Mal'Ganis! And not Mal'Ganis, Malagos. Sorry, he's a turtle. I'm thinking of turtles all the time. Yeah, people go, woo, Malagos! And then horrible things happen. Like, you remember the
Yeah.
7-cost thing that made something in your hand
Yeah,
7
was
cheaper?
it Dream Petal Florist?
That's the one, yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
stand that card. It's so stupid.
I love
But-
it. It's in all my decks.
Thankfully, you have to wait for this. You don't get it all like right now, like the Dream Petal Florist.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could accidentally like draw one and hit the wrong thing and be like, whoops, but
Yeah.
you know. But remember, random demon effects, this will go dormant when it pops out, so whoops.
That'll make playing Warlock Galakrond interesting.
I'm hoping that they put some kind of clause on that or check on that internally so it can't get you like 4 dormant demons.
But that's kind of funny though, because you did it to yourself.
That's true. It'll be all over Trollden videos though.
Just wait 2 turns and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, 2 turns, you're screwed, buddy. All right, who's next?
Mike is next with some
Okay.
germs.
Yes,
Yeah.
Germination is a 4-mana spell. You summon a copy of a friendly minion and give the copy taunt.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. And
Tapping stuff
so,
is always fun.
so if you like turn 3 played your arch spore, and then next turn you made a copy of it. Yes, the taunt is superfluous, but you know you're risking sending more primes into your deck. So I
That's
like
true.
it.
2 primes is double the chance of drawing one.
Yep. And then of course there's other ridiculous things you can do with this.
Plus, sometimes all you need is just another thing with taunt. I don't care what size it is. I just need a taunt, and I won't lose, and I win next turn. And so even if you've just got something stupid, this is oh, thank God. All right, moving on. Here it is.
This is the
Overgrowth.
one you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, it's for 4 mana. It says gain 2 empty mana crystals. Yeah, it's a double original wild growth.
Yeah. Tired of waiting until turn 5 to use Nourish?
Well, guess what?
Have we got a deal for you?
Yeah. The downside is that it really doesn't do anything late in the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think this gives you the excess mana card, although it might, because it doesn't
Isn't-
do anything else. I never
Isn't
have
so far
understood.
Wild Growth,
Do what?
isn't so far Wild Growth the only one that gives the extra mana?
I thought there was another thing. That
I thought there
did.
was. I thought there was too. But
something else that's since rotated to wild,
yeah.
Really?
but I can't remember what it is. But I'm pretty sure there have been 2 that did that. Actually, this might give you a Astral Communion. Okay, thank you, Stark. I knew something else did.
Astral Communion? Okay.
Yeah, so the second Astral Communion isn't completely worthless. It lets you draw a card. So excess mana is if you have 10 mana crystals when you play Wild Growth or Astral Communion, you get a 0-cost card that says draw a card. And I never have understood that. Like, I get it that it's so that drawing the late game Wild Growth isn't a complete dud,
Yeah.
but it doesn't tell you that anywhere on the card.
No.
Nowhere. It just happens. You're like, I remember the first time I went, the hell is this? 'Cause there's no hint of that anywhere. And I think they said, like, there was some other card, the one that makes a Jade doesn't.
Jade Blossom, yeah. I think it's because you're getting a token regardless.
Exactly.
Is it maybe if the only thing that happens?
And yeah, I think what they said back then was if this does something other than give you mana, which is why Wild Growth and Astral Communion gave you excess mana. But I don't know if this will, or if that's a thing that they've forgotten about or dropped.
Yeah.
Like
'Cause there was a-
should.
there was a Druid minion fairly early on that when it came in, you choose one. Each player draws a card, or each player gets a empty mana crystal, and that didn't give it to you either because you're already getting the minion no matter what.
Yeah,
So,
and you could have chosen to draw a card instead.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that must be it.
So I'm guessing this will, although I still wish they would just get rid of that entirely because it's dumb. But that could just be me.
Yeah.
But even without that, like 2 mana crystals, giving up 1 turn now to be super far ahead next turn is really good, especially if you're like coining this out on 3, or you already cast a Wild Growth or a Breath of Dreams or something already.
Yeah, this is fine.
Yeah, I like it.
So next up, we have the Glowfly Swarm. I don't know what glowflies are, but they're obviously bugs. So,
You can mouse over it and it'll show you. The
well, I
related
mean,
cards.
I just mean like from the lore. I
Oh.
know you can mouse over it. But for 5 mana, summon a 2/2 glowfly for each spell in your hand. And yes, if you look at the token is actually the glowflies are beasts. So, yeah, again, going toward that whole hey, lots of spells in Druid kind of thing. I mean, yeah, have spells in your hand, make lots of beasts. So,
And like, what do you need for this to be worth it? If you have 3 spells in hand, it's a force of nature.
Yeah. Which isn't that hot right now, but
I mean, it is in token decks.
really? I
Yeah.
didn't know people still did that. Good for them.
So if you get 3, that's basic. If you're getting 4 or 5, that's really good. And if for some reason you have 6 or 7, that's insane.
yeah, like I've been playing with the twin spell, get a whole bunch of treants, and that's obviously better than this, but that also costs 8. So
Yeah, that's
Th-
8
there's
for what, 5 treants?
for 5 with twin cast, but so this costs 3 mana less, has a little bit of setup, but the cost for this is the same. The only thing that scales is the number of spells in your hand. So
Yeah.
Druid handlock.
I mean, they tried to make it a thing before and it didn't quite work, but
Well, that armor spell worked. Goodness gracious.
That's true.
well, yeah, that was just a mistake though. Like you remember that taunt guy who did the Twilight Drake thing?
Oh yeah, I was so disappointed every time I played him. I'm like, this doesn't feel good.
Yeah, it just didn't. But hey, this might help with that.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Mike, what we got? Oh my god.
A marsh hydra,
This thing.
and the middle head has a weird visor on. I don't know.
Is
what's
that a
going
VR
on.
headset? I think the middle head is
It's like it's yeah.
Yeah, the middle head is playing VR and the other 2 heads are like, "Is it my turn?"
Anyway, the marsh hydra is a 7 mana minion. It's a 7/7 with rush. So that's good. After this attacks, add a random 8 cost minion to your hand.
Whew.
Like I know it's 7 mana, so you got to get there first and spend your whole turn playing it. That's kind of crazy.
But you spend your whole turn playing it and then it punches something.
That's true. You spend your whole
And-
turn playing it and still get a benefit.
Yeah.
Significant.
You kill a thing and get an 8-drop to play next turn.
Does an after this attacks trigger mean it has to survive, or does it not matter?
I don't actually know.
That's a good question because it's distinct from when this attacks. So,
Chat says it doesn't need to. I saw
Yeah.
so,
Tovo's been right about everything so far.
I think it was a Firebat video
Mm-hmm.
where he was playing Demon Hunter and his opponent played this because they did a theory crafting thing where they could log into a different server and have access to the new cards.
Mm-hmm.
And his opponent played a Marsh Hydra and swung and it survived and then it attacked again. But I can't remember if he got something for it. But as the chat says, that it doesn't need to survive. So, maybe that means like if you freezing trap, you don't get the minion. Maybe. I don't know. But then,
Freezing trap or like run into a vaporizer.
yeah. But like Stark said, try it and find out. Hearthstone is wacky, which that's the way things work with new sets. You got to see what happens.
Yeah, I feel like that could be my response for a lot of the stuff when we're like, how does this work? And I'm like, I guess we'll find out on Tuesday. So
Pretty much.
yeah.
I don't know when the new set actually drops. I don't think it's this Tuesday, is it?
I thought it was Tuesday the 30th. But maybe I'm mistaken.
I thought it was sometime next week.
I don't think so. Besides, Tuesday's
Hey.
the 31st.
Oh, Tuesday is the 31st.
Yeah.
I don't
Is
know,
next
man.
week when the Demon Hunter
Yeah,
introduction thing?
I think next week is when we get Demon Hunter, and then the week after that is the set.
Okay.
But anyway, so yeah, Marsh Harge is awesome. Plus
Yeah.
the 8-cost minion. There's a lot of really good 8-cost minions. I don't know how many bad ones there are, but I think there's more good ones,
Not
or at least
many.
decent ones.
And again, the fact that you play this and you're set up for next turn seems pretty good.
Exactly.
And of course, God forbid this actually survive and you get more than one trigger off of it.
Oh, yeah. Plus, it's a beast, which
Plus,
could
it is-
potentially matter. I know Witching
Yeah.
Hour is rotating.
Oof.
Thank goodness. But
I was trying to make Witching Hour good, which I think other people certainly made it good. I tried to make it good for me, and I couldn't quite live the dream. But it always kept getting me like a 1/5 spider that died. I'm like, no, not that, the other one.
that's a deck building error.
Yes, that is a user error. That is not a problem with the card. Okay, next.
Next, this is... How the hell do you say that?
I would say ECL.
ECL. Yeah, that sounds good. ECL Windsinger, a 9-mana 5/5 legendary who says, your spells cost 1. What? My
Yeah.
brain inserted like the word less or something in there.
Wow.
Yay.
Yeah. So
She
this
looks at the adept and she's like, someday I could be just like you. But I cost 9.
So yeah, she's the spell Aviana.
Yeah.
Wasn't Aviana a 9-mana 5/5? I think she was.
She was.
Yes.
All right. So there you go. They're trying real hard to make Spell Druid a thing. Not like just Spell Druid, but mostly Spell Druid. Which, honestly, are the quests rotating? What set were the quests from?
No, those are from.
Those are from something recent.
Yeah, those should still be around because some of them are with the League of Heroes and some of them are with the League of Evil. So that would have been the last year.
No, not the side quests. The quests.
Yeah, I know. Like the Warlock one uses plot twist, so those are quests.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I just can't remember what... I can never remember what set Hearthstone cards came from for some reason. It just never sticks. They're from Uldum? Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, well then that means Quest Druid is already mostly spells? You might be able to drop some of this package just right into Quest Druid.
Interesting.
I don't know how that would work, but it's worth a shot. I just know that plays a lot of spells. So, you know? Being able... Plus, she's a massive tempo play. Like, for 9 mana 5/5 sucks, but then if you play her with, like, a 6 or 7 or 8 cost spell that costs 1, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah. And, summon 5 treants.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right,
Hellbore.
so next up is Hunter.
Yeah.
Not Demon Hunter, just Hunter. And Brian pointed out earlier, I do kind of wish they picked a different color for
Yeah.
Demon Hunter, but I don't think you could. Like, this
What
dark
color
green
is
is...
left?
What? No, but like this green color is pretty it's pretty much tied to the Demon Hunter look, like with the glowing green eyes and whatnot, and the warglaives.
Mhm.
That's true.
But just remember, if it looks sort of warlocky, it's Demon Hunter, and if it doesn't, then it's Hunter Hunter.
Right.
One is
So-
more of a Kelly green, but I don't know which one because I don't know what Kelly green looks like. But
Right.
it's all
So
right.
first up, we have the Hellbore,
Hellbore.
who for 1 mana is a 2/1, which didn't know they were doing too many of those anymore. At least this one doesn't zap you for 2 when it dies. But Death Rattle, give a random beast in your hand +1/+1. So
Eh?
it's fine.
Eh. This feels
Yeah.
like just the very definition of a card that'll only see play in Arena.
What about for Quest Hunter?
It doesn't
I like it
really.
for Quest Hunter.
It doesn't really advance your quest.
It costs 1. Is it cost 1 or 1 power they have to summon?
I think it's cost.
Or is it
1.
just beasts?
What?
Or is it just summon stuff? What am I thinking of?
You're thinking of the original Legendary Quest. Brian, I think, was talking about the new one. That's just
Right. Yeah, I got them
play
mixed up.
minions. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, it's a cheap guy that makes another guy bigger if it dies.
Sorry, not play minions. Summon minions.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think it's kind of weak.
It is,
Yeah.
Okay.
but I don't think it's
Okay.
useless.
I think it's useless.
Well, you know what's not useless? The
Mike?
next- Oh yeah, Mike.
Yeah.
Mike's not useless.
No. Neither is this Imprisoned Felmaw. The Imprisoned Felmaw is a 2-mana demon. I guess we haven't been calling out the minion types every time. Anyway, it's a 2-mana demon. It's a 5/4 that comes in dormant for 2 turns. And when it awakens, attack a random enemy.
So it's a 2-mana 5/4 with okay. So all of the dormant things, remember, when they wake up, they can't attack. They don't do anything. They have whatever their when this awakens effect is, and then it has to sit there for a turn.
Hmm.
But this one doesn't. Like this one, its wake up is attack. And that's cool. And because it's a 5/4, it'll kill lots of things if you play it on curve. And even if it hits him in the face, like, well, that's 5 damage to the face, I guess.
That's
Yeah.
true. It
And now I
does
have
not
an
say
undamaged
minion.
5/4.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And your 5/4 lives to get killed on your opponent's turn.
Yep. So they're having to spend resources into it. So
Yeah.
and it can probably, because it's random, it can probably get around their taunt, right?
Yes.
If it chooses.
Yeah. This'll hit whatever the hell it wants, taunt or not. Stealth or not, it doesn't care. Just dormant, it can't hit because nothing can interact with dormant. Yeah, I don't like. Obviously, this isn't as insane as the Antian, but that also costs 5, so that doesn't do anything till turn 7. So it needs to have a bigger
Yeah.
This
effect.
costs 2.
Yeah, I like this guy, but I don't think he's like completely nuts or anything. I just think he's really solid.
Hmm.
Like you could skip your hero power to play this and it's fine. Is Pack Tactics. Who's up? I am. Pack Tactics, a 2-mana secret, because it's a hunter secret. They cost 2. That's how this works. And the secret is when a friendly minion is attacked, summon a 3/3 copy. Ooh.
I like it.
It's not quite the mage one, the splitting image, summon another copy.
Yeah.
But there are some good death rattles in Hunter, previously and in this set that you just like a 3/3 copy sounds really good.
Yeah. The trick with Hunter secrets when you're on the other side is it's usually never safe to attack them because some of them trigger when you attack them, like Explosive Trap. Some of them trigger when you attack when they're minions, like the Snake Trap. And some of them trigger when you attack period, like the Icy Trap.
Freezing Trap.
Freezing Trap. Thank you. You knew what I meant. So this is another one that makes you go, okay, where's it safe to attack? Probably nowhere, but you're gonna choose wrong. So,
And
chances
even
are-
if you just get a 3/3 of some random thing you have on the board, hey, free 3/3.
hey, a 3/3 Hellbore. That's awesome. Then it'll pump something in your hand when it dies. I love you,
There's-
Chewy.
3/3. What's it called? Phase Stalker. Another Phase Stalker to replace the one that your opponent's trying to kill.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I
There
hate
you
you
go.
now. I hate you so much now. Because you know they played it in hero powered, and this is the freaking secret they got.
Yes.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
I'm not gonna like it either when it happens on the other side.
Wait, one more time. Okay. I like this secret, though. This is good.
It's great for when they're like, I just want to kill this dang thing, and you're like, thanks for the extra copy, and they're like,
Yeah.
yep.
All right, next.
Scavenger's Ingenuity. So ingenuitive. For 2 mana, it's a spell, not a secret. Draw a beast, give it +3/+3. So I have been loving the spell that's choose a beast, shuffle 3 copies into your deck that have +3/+3. So then turning around and drawing one of those and making it more +3/+3 just feels awesome.
Yeah. Plus, anything that says draw something specific in your deck
Mm-hmm.
means that you can build your deck in such a way that you always get, like, only certain things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, back when there was the battle cry, discover a minion, a beast in your deck.
Yep.
Yeah, I loved that guy. Love it.
Exactly.
So
So draw a beast and just give it +3/+3. Like, I'm fine to draw a Stone Tusk Boar. I'm not gonna lie. Like, a 4/4 with charge? Hell yeah!
yeah.
For
Or
this
hell-
many mana?
Yeah.
What? Also, something we didn't mention on Pack Tactics that Stark pointed out, this will piss off your aggro opponent if you play it with a taunt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the 3/3 with taunt. That was the bear trap.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my god, I loved bear trap.
Except
Trap
that they
was great.
even had to like hit you first and then you got a bear.
Yeah.
This is when you already have a guy. It's not even like hitting you yet. So yeah.
Pack Tactics is good. Scavenger's Ingenuity is good.
Yes.
I don't know. It looks like in this set they're trying to bring back like some beastie type hunter
Mm-hmm.
with a couple of the cards, and I like it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, it's always fun.
All right. Oh, and look, in the art for Scavenger's Ingenuity, he's augmenting a porcupine. And look,
Right.
here's the augmented porcupine.
Oh, yeah.
Well then, what did this thing start out at? If you got +3/+3, must have been like very small.
Yeah, it was a -1/1. Huh.
Yeah, the augmented porcupine is a 3-mana minion. It's a beast. It's a 2/4 with a death rattle. Deal this minion's attack damage, randomly split among all enemies.
All right, this already works super great with Pack Tactics
Yes.
and with the Ingenuity.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, awesome.
Yeah. And again,
And with the other spell Brian mentioned earlier, give
There you
something
go.
+3/+3 and shuffle 3 big
And
copies into your deck.
yes,
Yeah.
because then they know that those are coming. So trying to get through them is going to be a nightmare.
But I mean, by itself, he's a 2/4 that when he dies, he pokes something for 2. Or pokes 2 things for 1. Or whatever.
Yeah.
He shoots out 2 quills. But like, even if you just like hit him with a Beastmaster, suddenly he's a 4/6 that deals 4 when he dies with taunt.
You know, it's really
Yeah.
too bad that I mean, I guess in Wild you can do this. This would be an option for Death Knight Hunter,
Are
where you could combine this with I don't know.
they updating Beastmaster XR or Beast
I don't know.
whatever his name is?
I
when-
assume it draws from the entire pool of
Well,
beasts.
see, before it went to Wild, when a new set came out, they were like, we're not gonna update it. It's just stuck with what it is. And like the internet exploded. And they said,
Yeah.
okay, right, we're gonna update him while he's in standard. But I don't know if they're still updating him in Wild because I don't play Wild, like ever.
I don't play Wild either, but I'm just thinking this.
Why would they have to
combined-
actively update him? I
I'm-
guess
Because
because
it's
of the
Blizzard.
restrictions they have to put on what mana cost stuff he can draw together.
Probably.
Probably.
But you'd think, yeah, they would have it set up like a database that they just constantly add to. But
Yeah.
But this with like literally anything, and don't even get me started on poisonous beasts with this.
oh
But
man, is there a way to give a beast poisonous?
probably
I don't remember.
maybe.
There's something that you deal 2 damage to something, and if it survives, it's poisonous.
That's a rogue card?
I
Yes.
thought it was a hunter spell.
Oh, the toxic arrow. Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, we spent way too long on a porcupine in armor, but
But it's a porcupine in armor.
it's a porcupine in freaking armor. How awesome
I
is
haven't
that?
talked about a porcupine in armor in at least like 4 days. So
It has been a while, yeah.
yeah. Okay.
All right. Then we have, this is me, right? Zixor, Apex Predator. Okay, one, sick name, dude. Sick name. He's a 3-mana 2/4 beast with rush, which is fine. Not great, but fine. But Death Rattle shuffles Zixor Prime into your deck. And Zixor Prime is an 8-mana 4/4 beast with rush. Not great. Battlecry, summon 3 copies of this minion. I'm sorry, did I say 8-mana 4/4? I meant 8-mana 16/16 with rush.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Sold. Sign me up. Plus, with the ingenuity, you could potentially just draw it.
Yeah.
Because it's a beast. Yeah.
Use that other spell to help you discover it.
Exactly. Like, there's just so much good in these rushes, or with these primes, if you can find the second half. The second half is OP as all hell.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Plus,
Oh,
look
God.
at him. He looks so happy being all evolved and stuff.
Oh God. Scavenger's Ingenuity makes it into a 7/7, which means you get those
28,
copies.
28 with rush in packs
Yeah.
of 7. Mother of God. So yeah, I like this guy. The front half is whatever, and in this case, it's actually kind of weak.
Yeah. The whole point in this one is to get the prime. Some of the others, you're like, it's fine on its own.
Yeah, this one's
But-
not great.
No.
Like if it was a 3-mana 3/4 with rush, I'd be like, yes.
Well,
Yeah,
I'd even
yeah.
say 4/2. You know.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Like a 3-mana 3/3 with rush. Like the 2/4 just doesn't kill enough things, and it doesn't die easily enough, which I think
Yeah.
is a balancing factor because there are ways to just grab the prime out of your deck.
Yeah. So, but at least maybe you can attack one weak thing, and the next turn attack another thing, and maybe you've traded 2 for 1, and then it's in your deck. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you trade into something that's weakened and it doesn't die, and then your opponent like has to hero power it to death or something, and you're like, woohoo, tempo, because it costs them 1 mana and 2 face damage, or 2 mana to kill it, depending on your hero. The whole Demon Hunter hero power costing 1 is going to throw me forever.
Yeah.
All right, so next,
Next, we have the Mach Nathal Lion. I think I've got that right. Mach
I think so,
Nathal?
yeah.
Okay. What's with me and pronunciation today? Sorry, I'll try and do better and mess it up. For 4, it is a 5/2 beast with rush. And it's we haven't been saying rarities. This is a rare. Battle Cry. Choose a friendly minion. Gain a copy of its death rattle.
So this is the, that was a rogue card that did that?
Yeah.
A raptor.
Yeah, the raptor.
Yeah. But
Like a
this
3/4
has
for 3.
yeah, but this has rush.
And only 2 ass. So it's like, give me that death rattle and then get it.
And then get it. Deal 5 damage to something, and then
Yeah.
get a death rattle. Also,
Yeah.
we're in Hunter, so we have like spells that are like trigger death rattle. So,
I I would just like to reiterate how happy I am that Sylvanas went to Wild.
Yes, me too.
Because,
So-
Jesus.
without even looking at all the hunter cards that are out right now, literally the last 2 cards we talked about, a porcupine with 5 power seems good.
Yeah, sold.
And a
Ooh.
Zixor, Death Rattle throwing another prime into your deck seems good. So
Yeah.
I'm literally looking at the last 2 cards we talked about. So yeah.
But there's lots.
Yeah, and so it just says friendly minion. So again, not only all the hunter cards, but all the neutral cards. So yeah. Good thing-
Octosari, yes.
It's a good thing Gelatinous Cube isn't here anymore. It isn't, right?
I'm sorry, Mike just said Octosari, and I sort of freaked out for a second. Like, no, my deck, son of a... Sorry, I'm sorry. Octosari, the kind of decks that I play, getting a random Octosari is like, I'm gonna lose! So,
Which one's Octosari?
a Death Rattle, draw 8 cards.
Oh yeah, Octosari. For some reason, the word that was in my head started with an A or whatever. The octopus. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny to watch Trollden videos when they're like, get a random minion, and you end up with like 2 copies of that, and you're like, and I lose. So
But yeah, I like the Mok'Nathal line because it hits hard, it dies immediately.
yeah, it's meant to die immediately.
Yeah. I mean, and look at the art, dude. This is beautiful. This is not Hearthstone art. This is like a photo of a lion,
Yeah.
which is really weird.
Maybe somebody was late turning in their assignment, and they're like, "Oh, need a lion, quick!" National Geographic. Okay, good. Throw in.
Did you notice the artist name?
Oh my god, it's Darren Bader.
Yeah.
Well,
Huh.
never mind. Not gonna badmouth them then. So that's the lion.
It
Next,
just trips me out to see this art on a Hearthstone card, Nice. All right, moving on. Mike, what we got?
Let's see. We have Scrap, a 4-mana spell that deals 3 damage, and it gives a random beast in your hand +3/+3. So there you go.
yep, pumping some beasts and dealing some damage.
Works well with the porcupine and with all the beasts in your hand. So this is almost a flanking strike, but not as good.
Yeah.
Because flanking strike was 3 damage for 4 mana and get a 3/3 on the board. But that card was really good. So this is deal 3 damage for 4, and then later something amazing will happen.
I'm not getting what's happening flavor-wise here. I don't get into that a whole lot, but Hearthstone cards, Hearthstone cards in general are like a 10 on the flavor meter. Like, I don't know, bees. So I'm just not sure what's happening here.
I think the thing going on with some of these Hunter cards is using, like, look at the Augmented Porcupine and the Scavenger's Ingenuity. Like,
Yeah.
you're using scrap metal to make beasts better is the flavor here. So you're...
Okay. You're flinging some metal at somebody and then picking it up and sticking it on your porcupine.
I guess, yeah.
I'm just not sure what the...
Look, it's a Cyclops with a giant slingshot. Just say yes, sir, and move on.
I got you. Okay. Next.
Next, who's this? Is this me? This is me. This is
Mhm.
Beastmaster Leo Rocks! With 2 X's. Leo Rocks! Anyway, it's an 8-mana 5/5 legendary whose battle cry is summon 3 beasts from your hand.
Maybe some of
Jesus.
those beasts you've been pumping up.
Mhm.
Although they won't get battle cries, so
Yeah, but you get them for basically free.
yeah.
So, you're trading value for tempo.
Yes. It's gonna be funny when somebody's like Beastmaster into a King Crush and anything else.
Yeah, right? Oh my god, I'm building that deck right now. It's like, hell yeah, King Crush. And Bran goes, hey, that's mine. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what there is to say. This is Rexar's dad. That's a thing. Father of Rexar, champion of the Horde, and Flexar, champion of the Gym. Boo. Lame.
You're
Does
gonna like
he
the
even-
flavor text on the next card.
Oh god.
Does he even lift? Because maybe
Bro?
he lift, maybe he lifts beasts. So
But I mean, like that. There's not much to say. It's just you have a hand that has the beasts that you want to get out for free, and then you play Leo Rocks. Like that pumped up Boar, and then King Crush, and then literally anything else.
Mhm.
All right, next. Oh yeah,
All
this
right.
was Kibler's card.
So next we have the Nagrand Slam. Nagrand Slam. Is this Denny's? I feel like it might be Denny's. So for
Yeah.
10 mana, it's a spell. 10 mana, and it's epic.
And Zul'jin is rotating.
Summon 4 3/5 Cleft Hoofs that attack random enemies.
So if your opponent goes, Zephyrus Twisting Nether, ha! Then you go, Nagrand Slam, take 12, and I have a board again.
Oh, random enemies. Gosh, not random enemies.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
There are a lot of things this card doesn't say.
And of course,
yeah.
Cleft Hoofs are beasts, so you just got 4 beasts. So
Yeah, and again, like I said, if they've just spent their turn wiping the board, you deal them 12 and have a board they still have to deal with. That's ridiculous. Which for 10 mana it should be, but still, it's ridiculous.
10 mana cards are supposed to be ridiculous.
Oh, wait, okay, what's the flavor text, Mike?
Come on and slam. And welcome.
Since he blinked out, and welcome to Nagrand. That's awful, by the way. These flavor texts are either like the best puns or the worst puns in
Sometimes-
Hearthstone.
yeah, sometimes really straddling that line.
But yeah, so it's 10 mana, and now, like I said, if they just cleared the board, it's 12 damage to the face and a full board. But if they didn't, it's still a board that hits their stuff. I can't help but think this is really good.
I mean, it costs
I
10.
think-
So
So,
there will be times where you're looking down lethal, and this just will not save you. But if this doesn't, what will? So at 10
Yeah.
mana, I'm really picky about my stuff at 10 mana because it either should win me the game or stop me from losing. And I feel like I could be disappointed by this one. I'm not saying it's a bad card. I'm maybe not as excited for this one as actually some of the cheaper stuff. So
Yeah, I've just been on the receiving end of Zephyrus into Twisting Nether go way too many times, and I really want to just go BAM when someone does that. Be like, bitch,
mm,
you thought you was winning? You ain't winning. But I get I get kind of aggressive after a board clear.
I think most people do, especially if it's not the first one, where maybe they've already used 2 Twisting Nethers, and then they get another one somehow, like with Zephyrus, and you're just like, Judge. Oh wait,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna stop there, right? That's the Hunter.
yeah.
it is.
Yeah,
That
so
is-
we're gonna stop there tonight. That gets us the rest of Demon Hunter and the first 2 classes. So in the next stream / video / whatever, we will hit probably Mage, Paladin, Priest, Rogue at the very least.
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's reasonable. Because then
But-
that just leaves Shaman, Warlock, Warrior, and all of neutral.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
But I'm super excited. Like, there's so much cool stuff here. Plus, we still have Zephyrus and Alexstrasza. So, like, singleton decks, while they're losing an entire year of stuff, thanks to rotation, we're getting so many new toys to play with in singleton decks that just look neat. So, Death Rattles and Beasts are the thing in Hunter. The ramp and spells look like the things in Druid, and then Demon Hunter, it just gets so much awesome. Just so much awesome. And this is the stuff we get to keep for 2 years. Oh, this stuff doesn't rotate in a year. Oh. Oh, I'm so happy. So, all right. That, like I said, was our first part of our Ashes of Outland set review. We will be back the next time you see us. We'll do another chunk of these classes, and it'll be awesome. So thank you all so very much for joining us, let us know down in the comments what you think of these classes that we covered. Is there anything you're super looking forward to, or looking not forward to? Looking something that makes you hate life when it's on the other side of the table? Yeah, let us know. Yeah, so thank you all so very much for joining us, and go play some Hearthstone.